we're back, but it took 2 minutes for you guys to catch up to us. We've been here the whole time. This was just like a 1 second delay for me. But yeah, I don't know what the issues are. It sucks when you get these technical hiccups. I looked and all of a sudden we had dropped like 900 frames from none. Luckily the timing on that was pretty good, right? Like it went down after the game ended at least.
It was perfect really, as I already taken a break and then Jieshi had to go back.
Actually, that sucks because we totally lost the commercial break there. And but yeah, of all DCs, that's the kind you want. But we continue on. It's the semifinals number 1 of the Olimoleague. Those unfamiliar with the format, we're going to be casting both semifinals, then the grand finals. So 1 best of 3, 1 best of 5, and if we reach any of those goals today, any one of those 3 goals, well, we'll have some free-for-alls for the viewers at the end of the day. But for now, spawning in the top left, he is our Chinese contestant, the red Protoss, Jieshi.
In the bottom right, as the orange Zerg, he is Impact.
Had a very convincing game number 1. Might have some shenanigans and frustrations here in game 2, though. This probe doesn't have enough to block yet.
No. There we go. Now it does. That's easy peasy. It's backwater, so it's really not bad for Impact. Just go over here.
Yeah. A non-issue.
This is Jieshi's map choice, and it still makes sense as a Protoss player to pick this, even though your pylon block doesn't feel as useful as it might in other maps. But his plan last game was not a bad one. It was properly build order-wise executed anyways, but maybe the committal against someone that was actually going lane banelings and going for a lot of them was the wrong choice. He could have picked up the Archons, moved our Zealots back home, and then just tried to harass, but instead he tried to keep committing, and we'll see what he does this game to change things up.
Apologies for that, guys. You probably heard me interrupt Zombie Grove just now. That wasn't on purpose. That's my echo as I left the stream open in the background.
You bastard.
I'll try to make it up to you sometime. I'm sorry. But on the good news, it streams up. So hey, let's just cross our fingers and hope that hiccup was just a hiccup and nothing more. An interesting scout though, as Jieshi hits the main, he does see Impact pull off of gas. Or at least you should have seen there were no drones on the extractor, rather than not pulling off. Excuse me.
Right. Stargate forward, Jieshi, not a surprise. We'll see how fast his third base comes down. As it's kind of not even a question anymore. There are still some true 2-base all-ins for Protoss to do, but they're pretty rare. And they have to be really, really properly hidden. And Impact has been getting lings in the main bases. He's been adding on Overlord speed in a lot of matchups to really, I think, try and stop that from ever happening. Just put the fear in the Protoss so that they don't even try it.
I'm sorry, I'm cracking up here. Fucking Fractal Cactal. First they came for our messages, and we did nothing. Yeah, dude. I wish I had risen up. I had joined the resistance for the messages, because moving people over to Discord has been such a fucking headache.
Still don't get that. Never will.
For what?
Taking away the message system.
You know what? If I feel like it's if at some point it was revealed, hey, we made this really cool feature, but it was only possible if we remove the message system, I'm like, yeah, I'm down with that. Or
okay,
if they're like,
sure.
Hey, we gave you guys rooms now, so who needs messaging? I'm like, I don't want the fucking rooms,
Funny
dude.
I mean, I know it's the biggest deal for like replay packs, and it feels like such a. It could be just a StarCraft 2 thing, but I know I've seen other streamers, variety streamers, complain about the same stuff. So
actually, question I have for those tuning in right now, not necessarily in this stream, because I know nobody uses them on this stream. But on other streamers you watch, does anybody use the additional rooms? Because I feel like the only place to congregate is, in fact, just the general chat of each streamer. I have never used rooms on any channel, and I'm curious if anyone else has. So let me know in Twitch chat what your thoughts are on rooms and if you use them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. But I feel like I was in a chat that had multiple rooms, and I almost was tempted to go into another one. Maybe it was like a Korean stream and had an English chat. I don't remember.
I feel very strongly that the response to this is going to be like, wait, what are rooms?
Probably. Jieshi's doing the same thing, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how many gateways he adds on immediately. It's mostly the same thing, I guess, because you open up a 2 gateway wall off, but 2 more gateways, total 4. Okay, so it's not the same thing. He added on, I think, 5 more gateways. We add on a 3rd nexus. Total 6. This is 4 on a nexus. I mean, it's very slight stuff, but it does kind of tell you sometimes, often, like how aggressive they plan on being with said Warp Prism.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you're gonna have like 6 gateways, but like how soon did you put those down?
Right. You know, how much do you want to try and hit them with the Archon and the Zealots, or do you just want to do the Archon and then maybe the Zealots later on?
Well, on that note, if he does go down this path, it's only Roaches to defend this time around. And, I mean, Banelings are obviously way better against the Zealots, there's no question about that, but the Roaches can actually fight back against the Archons better than the Zerglings could. So, like,
right.
Some weird trade-offs for this time, I think will still work out for Impact.
You're absolutely right to call it a trade-off. The lane Baneling defense can be very scary, especially if you don't have Banelings already made against like the Zealot Warping as well. But in the last game, Impact absolutely did, so it looked like a fine defense. But Roaches are typically the safer option, and in this case, Impact going for a ton of Roaches could even counter after shooing this away, basically. Jieshi should be able to pick up.
Plus the speed timing for the Roaches is going to be really nice. Now Impact's actually hitting a very awkward supply block, but it'll be soon freed from that, so more Roaches I'm sure will be coming out. I guess when you're playing against Protoss, even if you weren't doing scouting, it's just like safe to assume they're doing a build like this.
Yeah.
It's so common.
Jieshi continue to build probes, has a lot of gateways on the way, but I think it is just production lining up with the economy. Decided not to do the push once he realized there's enough Roaches that nothing would happen, so just the Archons is a good, very good move. Yeah, continuing on with the game, so should be getting gases, getting Storm. Impact's going for a Spire to mix things up here. Roaches initially as the defense, and then into Ling Muta.
I love, by the way, sorry, now the answers are funneling in. It does seem like a majority of people are like, wait, what? Rooms? Couple of people saying, so here's the thing though, right? Man vs. Game says you say uses it for spoilers. I know that, but I'm asking you, the user, do you participate in it? Do you, as in our StarCraft audience, participate in rooms? Because I'm trying to get a feel like whether I should actually maybe make some, like right now we have like the subscriber room, the general chat room, you know, pretty standard stuff.
Yeah, I like this I guess Man vs. Game, who I watch but don't really ever chat in, as a spoiler room, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, that's what he was referring to. So I mean, I can see that being really useful for people who do want to discuss like games that you've already seen or movies you've already seen, I guess. Like going at your own risk.
Mm-hmm.
That drone is killing the hatchery, by the way. And by the looks of it, it's been doing it for a while.
Yeah, it's it's trying, man. So the Warp Prism has not scouted the Spire.
This is good MMA levels of bad, man.
It hasn't scouted the Spire. You're right. This hatchery might go down to a drone. That would be hilarious. But then Jieshi might die to mutas, which is also hilarious.
Jieshi, hold on, bro. I need you to hold on for another 3 minutes. Please.
How does he not hear that?
I know, this was driving me nuts. It's such a decisive sound.
No, he didn't. Nope.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Oh my god, the queen looks like she's going to punish it. Okay, well, hey, guess what? Muta's going on. Real stuff's happening. He saves it with some nice micro, by the way. 10 out of 10 on that impact. As this cannon, might pick up a kill here. I've got the hatchery selected so we can see it's still dying, by the way. Just wait watching this fight.
It's pretty important that the show better and a cannon are both there, though, because if it's not and he has to warp in stalkers is the only defense, already 20 probes probably going down. So this is a good hold against a Spire he had no idea was on the way. He's pushing in, though, and there's a ton of Baneling, Roach to try and stop this, but no Ravagers to help out, and Lings and Banelings were not very helpful.
Okay, I said hold on for 3 more minutes, but also don't kill Impact just yet either.
Yeah, now hold on 3 minutes with like the opposite way. Like, don't do anything.
It's still dying, by the way. It's almost at 500 health. It's almost at a third health.
He's not gonna push into this. He's too afraid like there might be maybe Hydras backing this up or just, you know, tons more Roaches. So
this is nice. No stalkers initially for the defense. Mutas come in without cannons, so they pick up another 3 or 4 probes. This is pretty nice for Impact.
Yeah.
The hatchery's still dying.
If he's not gonna pay, if he didn't save it when there's a warp prism around it, he's not gonna save it for no reason now. Like, there's nothing to look at his third anymore.
He's not even injecting. You're right. Like, where's the queen? Oh, God.
You have an auto inject system set up where you barely even look at the hatchery. Have you seen Cyril? Do you think Cyril? Or shit, sorry, I was reading Fruit Bunker's Naruto's message. Cyril barely looks at his hatcheries when he injects. It's insane. So I imagine Impact's something similar.
Oops, I want to join in on the smiley faces.
So, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Storm's finally on the way. Jieshi has a very powerful army, but he is missing that splash. So a concave is still scary. It'd be a little less scary if there was Storm already here. It is just Roach's Ravagers units that Jieshi's very welcome to deal with.
It's been a long time coming, but the hatchery is almost at 300 health. It just got injected again. He still hasn't seen it yet.
Telling you, he's barely looking.
This is such a shitty drone.
Because it's like not even that he hasn't seen the drone or heard the drone. It's that he hasn't noticed that his hatchery health has gone down. Like,
right? Right. Even if you don't look, you look for 1 second, you're like, wait, that's really low. Oh my god. I don't even care about anything. Die. Nothing Jieshi's doing right now is as important as this. You know what's gonna kill me?
It's fine.
What's gonna be the worst isn't if he loses the hatchery, it's if he pulls it off at like one attack to go. Like if he saves it. Oh my god.
That would be the worst.
Like,
Jieshi's gonna come in here and be like, why is the hatchery so low? What did I do?
Is he coming? The hatchery's just gonna be missing. It's just gonna be missing.
This is second queen that comes forward here. Oh, it's so automated.
At some point, you're just like, where's the transfuse? You know what we gotta do? Okay, I'm gonna keep it selected, but where's Impact's vision? What's he looking at right now? He's on the other side of the map.
We're gonna watch Impact's vision.
I've still got the hatchery selected. I'm watching Impact's vision right now.
He sees it! He's there long enough! How does he not see it?
Oh my god, guys, it's going down!
What? Wait, is that you or is that him?
No, I moved back. That's me. I moved back.
Damn it. No, it's gonna die. It's gonna die. It's
30,
seriously gonna die.
23,
the drone took 10 minutes, but it killed it.
Oh my god, it's going down! No! 1 health! The regen almost saved it! Oh my Impact. If he wins this game. Oh my god, so many storms hitting everything. That was actually really horrible for Impact. He just lost so much of his army, but on the other side of the map, the mutas get in almost uncontested. He's hitting at a time where, boy, he wishes he had a base that was giving him extra larva right now. The creep spread was powering so many important buildings too. Oh my god.
He might die before any of this really truly matters. I guess the Immortals have mostly gotten their shields popped.
Would this game end before either player recognizes that base died?
Maybe?
Oh, the mutas hit the Warp Prism. That's
really
huge.
Close.
Killing that Warp Prism might just give Impact a way to hold on to this.
Get the Archon.
It's the only anti-air. Couple sockets on the backside, but this is looking more doable for Impact on reinforcements, maybe. He's making mutas, though. Not roaches, not zerglings. Oh, not zerglings.
Oh, no. Well, the larva popped and he needs larva. It all died.
Oh, yeah. He's actually larva starved right now. He can't make any units. He's got 650 minerals in the bank.
Is this the reason he died? No. 8 more meters should do it. There's not enough anti-air. Warp Prism's dead. He's gonna lose another base for it. He's lost 2 bases.
He shouldn't have lost.
One is his own fault.
He shouldn't have lost. I wonder if, like, not losing that one would have led him to saving this one because he'd have the larva, but the recall to get the few units out, this is really great for Jieshi, by the way, guys. Like, all jokes and memes about this aside, this was a really good attack because it cleared out most of Impact's army, meaning Impact can't even go counterattack.
Now, do you think Impact thought there was a couple zealots that ran by and killed it?
You know what? I think Impact was, I think he probably, if I had to guess, what actually happened here was he was out to lunch the other day with MMA and did something that pissed MMA off. So MMA passed the curse on to him of killing one of your buildings in a casted match.
Okay, it's not even, it's barely comparable because 7 tanks firing 3 times the command center, that's 5-10 seconds.
Right.
That took 8 minutes.
Right, but Zombie Grub, if you jump into boiling water, you're gonna jump out right away because it's so hot. But if you start in cold water and slowly boil with it, you won't notice it. Isn't that how you, like,
isn't that supposed to kill something? Like a frog? A frog will die if you do that to it because it won't notice the temperature change. Oh,
exactly. Impact is a frog. He's a fraudulent player.
Thank you so much for the sodas for 1,000 bits. The baneling exploding. Should have been a drone punching a hatchery.
47S is the boss. Oh, I guess we didn't point out that the fleet beacon came down. He made a mothership, but it was all God. Phoenix. It was a pure counter. This is it. Impact is just losing everything he invested into. GG. This goes to game 3, and I can't. Guys, did someone clip that moment? Can I get a clip in chat if that? Oh my God, damn it!
I not only blame the hatchery dying, I blame the drone not mining for 8 minutes. How much loss mining?
I didn't even consider. Yeah, he lost money on top of it.
Is anyone gonna tell him?
I love that Killars. I just saw Twitter. He tweets, "The greatest moment in StarCraft is about to happen." I'm not even joking. Oh God. I like how you're just like, is anyone gonna ask him? We get out of game and Zombie Group's just like, is anyone gonna pop the question?
Should we wait till after the series?
I feel like the first person would be Crank. Crank would just be like, idiot, hey dummy, what did you do? But hey, thank you very much to Zero Grad. 1,000 bits, easily the best observing of all time, Riff.
Oh boy.
I live to serve. The worst part was going to his camera and realizing that he actually did, for brief moments, like stay on the base long enough to totally see what was going on. Like that just
Definitely did.
makes it so much worse. Meanwhile, I don't know if we got these because there was the whole hiccup with the stream going down and coming back up, but just in case, to be safe, thank you, Sir Duke Nukem, for the 26 months, and Mega Man Red for 34 months of resubbing. Thank you guys for coming back. Oh, turning off you now. Let's see who. What map?
Catalyst.
By the way, I'm going to the subscriber room on BaseTradeTV. Type 1 if you learned about this room on May 1st during Olimoleague. See if anybody answers the call. Catalyst, yes, you guys in game. Welcome back. Game number 3 to decide the fate of these players. Spawning in the top left. He might as well clear his throat because it's got a little frog in it. Ladies and gentlemen, the orange Zerg Impact.
In the bottom right is the red Protoss. He is Jieshi.
I'm wondering, you know, there's superheroes in like the Marvel DC universe that have like luck as their superpower. What if Jieshi like just gives bad luck to his opponents? Things that they would never normally do, like kill your own hatchery, for example. We don't know how that game versus Zest went. Like,
not that I don't believe you, but who has luck as a superpower?
The chick from the new Deadpool movie, Domino.
Oh, I
in
guess
the DC, it was that chick that was just on for that whole arc of the Flash.
Okay, I didn't watch that. I guess I haven't seen the new Deadpool trailer.
How could you not? All 3 of them have been so good.
Sorry. How do you control like luck as a power?
I think you don't, and that's the beauty of it. It's like having a
So
passive.
you just stand around and you're like, I hope someone gets lucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay. It's like an aura. Okay.
Actually, my favorite iteration of taking a look at luck was Red Dwarf. It's an old British show. I loved watching it growing up. They had an episode where they found out like you could extract, like there was an actual virus for luck and bad luck, and you could like extract it and they put in these little vials. So like you could drink it and have good luck for like 5 minutes type thing in the episode.
Oh, so that's where Harry Potter got the idea.
The luck virus.
Although I'm pretty sure Harry Potter came out first.
Are you fucking serious right now?
Actually, I had no. You said when you were younger, so I have no idea. Red Dwarf?
Yeah, we're just gonna let this pass. This is If I'm wrong,
oh no, that's
someone
really
in
old.
chat,
Oh
please
god,
prove me. I just don't believe there's a chance in hell.
it's really well. It's not as old as it looks. I looked it up, and the poster looks like it's from the flipping 60s, but it's actually from 1988. So it came first, but not by how much?
It's cold outside. There's no kind of atmosphere. I'm all alone, more or less. All right, Adept comes across the map. He'll confirm the third. Then you poke in, maybe grab a drone or two, although scouting is probably more valuable than anything else. Jieshi has, for better or for worse, through these 2 games, done similar attacks. Zealots and Archons are very brutal, very vicious, and there's no problem doing this. There's actually no flaws. You can't say like, oh boy, he would have been better off doing X or Y, because it's a really safe opener that if it doesn't do damage, it still ends up being worthwhile. He's doing the Dark Shrine route to this. This is still totally fine, but this is actually more dangerous for impact than the previous iterations because now detection's an issue. Luckily, a layer's already halfway started though, so I don't think this should be anything game ending.
Right. And this is a pretty early layer, so I'm really feeling the Nidus Worm, but he also might just have an early layer because his third was delayed. So we'll see. He's getting speed right now, and I guess the major point here is that he will have access to Overseers. So he knows it's not a Stargate, which, you know, is going to mix things up builder-wise that he has to expect, but that doesn't automatically tell you it's a Dark Shrine at all. The Dark Shrine has also been coming kind of back into play a little bit, so it's not the most unexpected build, but just, like, none of these things truly entirely say, okay, Dark Shrine, prepare for it. And Impact's going to be totally blindsided. Overlord's never going to get there in time.
Cool. No Overlord speed in sight. Yeah, this is bad. Maybe he catches a whiff of the Warp Prism if he goes down to the south, but why would you? You just go straight across the map when it's DTs. The idea is that you can possibly even snipe off the hatchery before any detection finishes up. But hey, big thank you to JTDC. Superpowers with luck include the hero's Longshot, Domino, and Master Chief. Hey, thank you for the 100 bits. And for the Knowledge Bomb. Not that Master Chief.
There's a combo character named Master Chief.
Is he go for no? The Overseer's already here. Never mind. This isn't even gonna work. He could maybe trade out for like a couple of hits, but he's better off not losing them because he needs to make Archons out of them. And the problem is now he knows, so Impact could just chase this back, and there's nowhere safe to unload and make Archons with now. Okay.
Well, I mean, he eventually will make them. He's got to continue the pressure, continue the harassment. But this is a big bummer, basically. This was an okay build to have like fail, quote unquote, that maybe back in the day, but I think you really are expecting some damage to be done, and having nothing, having your Overlord, have an Overlord block your third as well. You might just follow up with a push. 4 gateways on the way. This is bad for Jieshi.
I love, by the way, the amount of people who opted into the subscriber room on Base Trade chat just to reply to my message that I wrote there. So good. So good.
Oh, no. No,
not
no,
good.
no, no, no,
Double
no.
not good.
No, 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 no.
This is like tap out of the game bad, to be honest.
It is. Because his follow-up is... It's an all-in at this point. Even if he gets the third base down eventually after killing an Overlord, it's still so dedicated. And not having 2 extra Archons is terrible.
I feel like if this was game 1 or something, like, he probably taps out a little more comfortably. Maybe not like Rage Quit right here, but like he knows like that didn't go well for him. But it is the end of the series. He doesn't have another life to fall back on. He's got to fight it out until he's completely out of options.
Ooh, and Impact might be over-droning, though. He's going up to 60.
Hard to say. It's not exactly a massive army coming, but I guess it is something that, if it snowballs, it's going to be really hard to come back from.
2 extra Archons would be so amazing right now. I mean, he is kind of close with Impact being a little greedy here to do it. That's not... Does he know he could... Yeah, okay, well, he's going to kill the Robo.
Yeah, there's some comments to be said, but this... If this wasn't all in before, it is now. With no Robo to fall back on, there's just 0 chance you recover from this if he loses the Immortals. Impact is going to know that too. So this is a fight that he's happy to take. Because once he kills those Immortals, it's game over.
I think he has enough as well. Jieshi kind of had a dilly-dally, warp in a couple more units, and this gave Impact the time to make like 10, 15 more Roaches. Spine Claws even finish up here. No contest.
War Prism's actually still in phase mode. GG. Impact, to not much surprise, will take the series and move on to the finals.